All right, beautiful souls. Tonight, we're going to tap in on the heart chakra, the anahata, and we also going to talk about how this is in relation to the full moon, the harvest full moon. And we'll also get into some biochemical aspects, of course, some astrological aspects, and of course, the PDF that you all have. And if you did not get the PDF, if you registered, after 7, then you are probably about to get it here in a few minutes, or you'll get it when the call is over. But I'll be sharing my screen and you'll be able to see the PDF in real time, but you will have it when you register for the call. But if you did register after 7 p.m., then more than likely you probably didn't get it. You probably just got the link to the Zoom itself. All right, so don't trip. You're going to get the PDF, and I will also have it up on my screen as well. So you'll be able to read along and go along with me. So of course, like I was just saying, when it gets to a certain point, I open up the floor for questions. So take notes, whatever the case may be. Anything that I'm gonna say a lot of stuff. It may be some things that you already know, maybe some things you're not aware of, all right, whatever the case may be. But don't hesitate, all right, because I want you all to walk away with a better understanding of what the anahata, the heart chakra is, and how these energies that are going on in the cosmos could be influencing you right now in the areas of the matters of the heart, all right? And of course, this workshop is the one of many. This is actually the fourth workshop that I've done on the chakras in relation to the cycles of the moon and the sun. Okay. And this has been going on since the last four full moons, well, last two new moons, the last two full moons. All right. And this is going to be the fourth full moon, the second full moon that I did a workshop on. The last one was for the Aquarius full moon. And that one was about the sacral chakra. All right. So we went from the root during the Lions Gate portal. All right, so all these recordings are available as well. And these are the free Zooms that I do in between those paid classes. So the paid class will be, I will send you all a link to go with that. The paid class will be happening on this Sunday. All right, now that course is going to come with the ritual, and I'll be going a whole lot deeper than what I'm doing tonight. This is just going to give the people who, probably not able to catch that class, and the people who still want to get some information about the heart chakra. I want to make sure I make this out, and wherever you are in that situation, about being able to afford the class, not having time for it. Once again, if you don't have time for the class on Sunday, it will be recorded and you will get that replay. This replay will be on my YouTube channel. All right. The other replays on the paid courses, of course, are not on YouTube. So that means they're only privy to the people who pay for the course. All right. It's just maintaining the integrity of having somebody pay for something, and why would I turn around and put it on YouTube? All right. So the paid course will not be on YouTube, but this one will be on YouTube. All right. So for the YouTube subscribers who are going to watch this video in the future, make sure that you tap into that link. And if you want the recordings that lead up to this heart chakra activation workshop that I'll be doing on Sunday, you can tap in and get those recordings from me as well. Most of you have my cell phone number. If you don't, you have access to my social media. So inbox me, all right, and let me know which recording you want. If you want all of them, of course, I can't help but give you a deal on those, all right? So if you want some help, you can do, you can let me know and we'll work that out. All right, beautiful souls. But as of now, I want to tap in and get off into what we're doing tonight, which is going to be on the Anahata. I'll be also talking about the vagus nerve. All right. And I'll be talking about equinox, all the things that we're experiencing cosmically in nature, the natural cycles of life. All right. And dealing with this Pisces full moon going to be in an eclipse is going to be a prelude into what we're going to be experiencing with the North Node in Pisces coming up in January. I think around January 25th, the North Node will shift into Pisces. When you deal with the nodes of the birth chart, you're dealing with something that you cannot see, but you can feel. The nodes of the birth chart don't pop up. These planets are more so of like aspects of the moon. All right. I like to say a man without a purpose would drive him insane. All right. So I'm gonna open up this PDF and we're gonna get into it, beautiful souls. Oh, thank you. All right. Let me make sure I'm sharing my screen here, y'all. Get to the screen share. All right, beautiful souls. Want to make sure y'all can see that. Let me know if y'all can see that right there.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate. I just love that picture. It's a beautiful picture. Of course, it's AI generated, but you have to look at the beauty of it. It's so nice. All right, you got the moon in the background. You got the layers, the petals of the heart chakra. The heart chakra has 12 petals. All right, I'll kind of speak to those petals as well. All right. Now, this overview is going to be about the harvest full moon and the partial eclipse in Pisces. The harvest full moon in Pisces, accompanied by a partial eclipse, brings deep spiritual significance, transformative energies. Pisces, a water sign ruled by Neptune, governs intuition, spirituality, compassion, emotional release. Eclipses serve as a cosmic gateways to amplifying the themes of release, change, and awakening. The North Node in Aries retrograde points towards embracing courage, independence, and self-assertion, while the South Node in Libra retrograde highlights releasing dependency, indecisiveness, and people-pleasing behaviors. Well, right? I mean, if y'all really just pay attention to what that was just saying, I don't know if anybody can relate to this just the first part. We're just in the first paragraph. And also when you bring in the energy of the North Node in Aries, this is a huge aspect of the masculine principle. In my perspective, of the feminine, all right? And what I mean by this is because the energy of Libra rules the kidneys. Your kidneys are connected to your ancestors. The kidneys control and regulate the waters of the body, whether your body is going to be alkaline or whether it's going to be acidic, all right? This is going to be the energy that Libra is going to represent. When you deal with the body being water, water being memory, water being intelligence, water being libations, water being what connects you, water being what holds how your body generates information, how it moves emotions, the things that Pisces are going to illuminate around that, dealing with the self-sabotaging behaviors, your belief systems, and like when you going into escapism, trying to run from something, right? What you run from, you run to, right? Pisces, trusting your intuition. Do you trust your intuition? Are your fears ruling your intuition, right? Do you love just being in your bed and sleep all day because you really don't want to be outside and deal with nobody? And Pisces rules community, or Pisces rules the bedroom as well, all right? Pisces also rules the aspect of our lineage and our mothers and the ancestral aspects of where we come from. It's the unseen part. It's the mist. When the Bible says you are but a mist, all right? This energy of Libra is highly dynamic, and it really brings in an aspect of how we bring in more balance into the system. Now, when you bring in Aries and Libra, you combine those two words, libraries, Libra, Aries, the first and the seventh house. The first house, Aries, I am. The seventh house, Libra, I balance. Libra brings in everything that you think you are. Right? Libra is that reflection of you. It's why people say in relationships, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are, right? So this is why the energy of Libra can also deal with the people-pleasing aspects. The reason why people would equate people-pleasing behavior to Libra is because Libra is one of those energies all about fairness and justice, even if it means to their own detriment. So people equate that to people pleasing. You know, the fact that you wouldn't say, "All right, since y'all, since it matters so much to y'all," but actually, this is one of the most loving, most harmonious energies out there, right? Because you bring in the energy of Maya. They know how to keep balance. In order to a lot of time bring balance or bring harmony to any aspect of your life, you're gonna have to recognize when your own shit don't matter. When what you like and what you don't like do not matter. Libras are able to drop this naturally because they know that if I actually operate in what I
Libra moon, boy. It was just moving too.
all right, I just seen my Wi-Fi drop. Did y'all lose me at all?
Yes, we
a
did.
little bit.
Yes, we lost you for a
I
second.
lost. All right, where y'all lose me at? I seen my Wi-Fi drop.
You were saying the consumption of water is important as we are watching, and I think you were relating it back to the concepts of the elements of Mercury.
Okay, and what I was talking about Pisces and the water, right?
And the who came on screen who was asking, I think Goddess Renee had popped on and she was asking you, so I'll hand it off to her. She
What
may
was you
have
What was you asking me, Renee? Who was that asking the question? I missed you.
No, I think I unmuted on accident.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. So what did I drop off? I dropped off at the part where I was talking about Pisces being ruled by water or the water signs.
You mentioned Libra.
Okay, big. And I talked about the waters of the body, right? Okay. Now, Libra dealing with the waters of the body and how our body remains alkaline or acidic. Okay. Libra also deals with the ancestors, like I was mentioning before. Libra is going to deal with the word libations, right? When you bring in Libra, you bring in the intelligence of the body. This is the hormonal aspect ruling the heart, which you will see later on when I get to this aspect of this part of the PDF. And I will also show you how the aspect of the cell salts and certain things connected to these energies. A lot of that I'll be going over in the paid Zoom that'll be happening on Sunday. But as you can see just here, the cosmic forces and the gateways that are at play right now are going to be directly related to the waters of the body. When you bring in Pisces, Pisces rules over circulation. Pisces rules in the scripture where it says we are but a mist, right? The mist of the waters, the aspect of the steam. The reason why Pisces rules the aspect of steam, because you know what happens during Pisces season? Right before Aries season, right? We coming out of the winter into the spring, right? And it's like right into that energy. What happens? The ground is thawing out. You know what I'm saying? Like you getting more mist, more dew, right? We're coming into action with the spring, right? The animals are coming alive and everything's wanting to procreate and come together in the aspects of love, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's so beautiful when you bring in, this is why Pisces can usher in such an energy of unconditional love of the self. All right. It's also the aspects of what I like to equate to the Alpha and Omega, which can equate to a sun or sit or the beginning and the end, like they said in the Bible. You were born and that's your death, right? At the beginning and at the end. You get what I'm saying? So this energy is showing you how we go through the natural progressions, through natural seasons that we progress through. And this is also going to talk about how we go from the spring equinox to the summer solstice, to the fall equinox, to the winter solstice. Our body goes through those cycles based off the elliptical movement or the sun's movement across the elliptical belt, and also how the moon is reflecting that, right? How the moon brings that into its own fruition. You know, in Freemasonry, they say the moon is not powered by the sun. They talk about the third or the dark sun, the one that's in the center of the earth. So it's so many different sciences, so many different perspectives out of y'all on why we are connected to these planets the way we are. I'm just here to tell you that we are all subjected to boundaries. The waters of our bodies need to have a container. All right. Now, this is why every relationship that we begin to find ourselves in is going to be a reflection of the self, the Aries, the Libra and Aries, libraries, your libraries, your I am, and how you balance that out. Aries is your knowledge of self, how you think about yourself, how you look at yourself. Whatever you put behind the I am becomes you. I'm in love. Libra want this, I wear this, I am this. These things become a part of your boundaries. A lot of people might not see it this way. The moment you identify with anything, because everything in this reality is going to be subjected to having a boundary. Even it's when you talk boundaries, people talk like it's something that's beyond it's and like it's something that requires a lot of effort. There's not a lot of effort to honor boundaries. In order to identify anything physical, it must be bound to something, some form, some shape, some fashion. So when you talk about boundaries, these things are consequential to your physical existence. So the boundless aspects of you want to operate beyond that. Now, if your boundaries just start to be equated in your likes and your dislikes, you see how I'm taking it back to some internal boundaries that everybody always kind of trying to set boundaries for themselves. When all it's doing is keeping you, your boundaries become walls, they become prisons, and now you trap other people in those boundaries. See, this is what happens, right? So this can build the indecisiveness, and now why you got to release codependencies with the South Node in Libra. And this is why no relationship is ever going to, I would say, not require that you don't lose a sense of yourself. That's what our relationships and falling in love requires. Even all that, you're going to have to lose a sense of yourself to go to work. We've been trained to do this. You have to lose a sense of yourself to go to school. You have to wear certain clothes. All this is Venetian. This is Libra. This is how you have to integrate into society. So do we really know who we are, or have we become an accumulation of beliefs and ideas and behaviors that we equate to being the self? See, this is how deep we're going with the matters of this heart, all right? So combined with the energy of the autumn equinox, the time of balance and transition, this period offers a potent opportunity for internal transformation, particularly around the matters of the heart and the Anahata chakra. The Anahata, the reason why the word unstruck, people heard that and think about how you supposed to not let your heart be struck. We gotta care about something. We gotta love. We done got so trained to being so enslaved by what we think is love, to where when you talk about being fortified in the heart, people think it's beyond being loving. They think you being fortified and speaking to an aspect of not caring so much, they think it's devoid of love. This is the confusion that I'm speaking to, all right? And when you deal with that impact on the heart chakra and the matters of the heart, it is the energy that's centered associated with love, compassion, forgiveness, and emotional balance. I'm gonna start here forgiveness for a reason, because everybody loves this word and it's so identifiable. It allows us to compartmentalize so many things. You know, I gotta forgive. Right? I'm gonna just tell you this right here, right? Why would you have to forgive? What leads to forgiveness? Do anybody ever think about this? Right? I want y'all to really think about this. Why would you have to forgive anybody? I wanna open up the floor real quick for this question. I just want to hear people's perspective. No wrong perspective. I just want to hear how people feel when I say what causes you or what compels you to have to forgive somebody. Who wants to answer that question? I'm gonna take a few answers real quick. Anybody want to come out their mic and just give me what you feel like compels you, right? Not for the collective. You ain't got to give me no collective aspect. I want to ask you as an individual, anybody that feels compelled, what makes you feel compelled to have to forgive somebody? Anybody?
Sensei, this is Micah.
I'll think of,
Go ahead, Michael, and I'm gonna take who was after that.
Okay, sure thing. So for me, right now, me feeling compelled to forgive somebody, it is strictly for me. Like when I feel like my heart energy is wound up with the hurt and the pain of whatever I'm experiencing or happening, I kind of realize that I played a part in I guess allowing myself to go through that.
Mm-hmm.
And so me forgiving is my decision to clear that pain so that I'm not sitting in it. I'm not continuing to be that person's, victim. Um or whatnot. To me, it has very little to do with like, oh, I'm releasing that person from fault. It has everything to do with like, no, I'm releasing myself from pain. I'm gonna let this storm take place um and observe it instead of me like continuing to stay emotionally involved in it. So I'm
Ooh,
just kind of like letting it fall, letting that energy fall instead of continuing to take part in it. That's what it is for me.
I love that. And you said something dynamic in the midst of that, and you said that you're not doing this from a place of holding a person at fault. Now, would you say that holding them at fault is what led you to that place?
More than likely, yeah.
So you just spoke
Because
to the accountability part, right?
I'm sorry?
So then you just spoke to the accountability part after that. Saying, you know
Right.
what, I'm not gonna find fault in them. I'm gonna find, you know what, I'm gonna find a place to let this go for me.
Right. Because I recognize that a huge part of the offense
Mhm.
uh, is also my perspective,
Hmm.
right?
Hold up, wait, Mika. Hold up, whoa. You ain't gonna just run with that pro. You said what? Say that. Let me rewind that. What you say? Say that again.
It said a huge part of the offense is also my perspective.
Whoa. I want you to pause right there for me. Because your perspective is rooted in what?
Really, I think my perspective is rooted in my own needs, my own expectations, you know, um, my own desires and wants. It's rooted in self. So I
The,
can't always be mad at somebody because they weren't going in the direction that I wanted them to,
hmm hmm hmm
right? So it's like, okay, well, I was the one that wanted that situation. I was in the way or whatnot. I need to leave this person completely, totally free to be whoever it is that they wanted to be, needed to be, or going to be, whatever, right?
Yes.
I got to keep my heart clear. The whole world will disappoint you if you let it. So
You just that was beautiful. That really was. It was so genuine. And I love the way you are now seeing this word forgiveness. Now, before I break that down, before I go, now I know a lot of y'all kind of felt what and can resonate with what Mika just said. If you can't, then you ain't got no heart on. You ain't been through nothing. That's all I can say, right? Now, when you deal with this energy, who else before I go in, who else was that wanted to add to that? Is there somebody wanted to add to what Mika was just saying?
So Sensei, that was me.
Okay, Tony.
Um, and for me, I agree a lot with what Mika said. And I also got to the place where I realized they were doing the best they could with the information that they had.
Hmm.
So I have come to a place where I have more information,
hmm
so I can choose to be different,
hmm
and I don't have to hold them to my standard.
Hmm. That's beautiful, Tony. So basically, they don't have as much knowledge of themselves as you do, and you have become aware of that.
Yes,
Now you can move with compassion and grace, right? You know, all that good stuff, right?
most of the time. Every once in a while, I get a little tripped up. I'm gonna be honest. Come on
I
now.
mean, God dang, we human, ain't we? Shit.
Yes,
Understand? Like, if it triggers you, that let you know what? Cause I tell people this, this don't turn off your emotions. It actually makes us more sensitive, right? Because now we're so caught up in what people are not saying, right? So it's not even their words, it's their energy, it's their vibe, and it's like now they trying to talk on the surface and we already done been to the core, baby, So I feel you, Tony. I understand. All right, you already know I understand. So gratitude for that. Anybody else wanted to add to that before I go in on that?
I wanted to say, forgiveness for me is acceptance and surrender, and understanding that everybody is placed in your life for a reason, and just really understanding that that was their role in your life. It was supposed to teach you something. So you can send them love and grace for being a participant, because a lot of times people don't even realize they are a participant in your journey and in your karmas or in your lessons that needed to be learned. So you don't typically, so that's why you can still lead with love and still have love for the person, even though you understand that the journey is no longer necessary. But you don't have to harbor any hard feelings because of the frequency not being what it is, or the alignment not being what it is anymore. It is what it is. Life still goes on. The journey still has to continue.
Look, I gotta tell y'all something. Check this here. Yeah, I gotta let y'all know what just divinely happened here, okay? Set the stage, right? Now, Tony and Rena are both two of diamonds in cardology, okay? Tony is an Aries, okay? Rena is a Pisces. We can't make this shit up. I mean, you just heard two of them. She came in and spoke about the self and how I'm aware of myself, and it allows me to be other people. And then Rena was like, yeah, I can now I just can give more grace and compassion because I done accepted them for who they is, basically not who I want them to be. So it's kind of like the forgiveness aspect. And it was like a direct place to where I'm going into, because we married both of what y'all just said, knowledge of self. Now that I'm aware of who I am, how I show up, how I love, how I give love, how I receive love. Back to what a lot of what Mika was saying, right? Now, if I sit with this, do I actually need forgiveness? Because forgiveness required that I condemned somebody. See, this is what's at the core of forgiveness, y'all. In order to forgive somebody, that means that you have said and automatically deemed this person to be wrong. Now it goes back to what Mika was saying. You holding on to some type of poison, hoping somebody else die. See, people don't become your enemies, they become your masters. You understand what I'm saying? So we could become a slave to somebody else's experience. We feel about their actions because we have yet to accept them for who they are instead of who we want them to be. And now we got to forgive people. Now we move about this and we look at ourselves. And then we got to go back to what a lot of what Mika was saying. If I've accepted that, you know what, maybe my discernment was off. I said yes to something that maybe my heart was saying no to. I agreed to this experience. Now we got to go bring in what Rena was saying. This experience showed me more about me. I can thank them now. Well, this is going to be after the fact, right? Now we got to go back to what Tony said, because now I realize I'm gathering more information about myself as I go. This is just an experience that I'm having. Now, that don't stop the way that I felt. Just like what Tony said, don't stop the fact I got triggered. Don't stop the fact this motherfucker made me feel some type of way, okay? But what we bringing in is the aspect that I'm no longer a slave to that. I'm no longer giving anybody power to make me feel anything. See? So when love is yours, when your heart is centered, when it's the anahata and it's no longer struck, you can allow yourself to show up in love always in our ways because you trust yourself always in our ways. These are the things that we're going to be dealing with and what wants to be. This is why you're seeing all the breakups. It's been happening since the North Node has been in Aries and the South Node been in Libra. You witness more break, which normally it stays in a node 18 months or so, but we get a shadow phase before it happens. All right. You've been seeing this happen on a celebrity level in a lot of our personal lives. You've been seeing the breakups. A lot of y'all done broke up, even if it was with your own thought forms of yourself, and it was somebody else, an experience of somebody else that sparked that. You've been emptying your heart. The cosmos has been forcing everybody to deal with the matters of their heart. Now, this is going to equate to anything physical that comes with the boundary.
Fucking deep ass, profound ass shit.
See, and that you don't know how to let go of so you could be boundless. All right. This how deep this is. This been a trend. We've all been in a gestation. We all been caught like percolating the cosmic womb. You heard me? Now, some of us has been healing in public, so a lot of people can heal in private. A lot of us have been going through a lot of these cleansings, right? And this is why this emotional cleansing that Pisces wants to bring, this wave of emotional release, encouraging the shedding of old wounds, guilt, sorrow. The partial eclipse magnifies these energies, enabling deep emotional healing and transformation. All eclipses bring transformation. All eclipses activates nodes, okay? Every eclipse that we experience is going to activate a node. This is the storyline being, this is like fantasies that are ready to become reality. Now, Pisces also rules the hospital. All right. When you bring in the energy of Pisces, and if I look into somebody's birth chart and I see a Libra moon in the 12th house or something, or you got something going on conjunct Pisces with a Venus energy, this can show a lot of grace in your life, even to the point that where you can die in your sleep, or somebody that you love, or one of your loved ones, or there's a theme of people dying in their sleep that you love, or people going to hospitals and dying, surgeries and dying. So I'm just telling you how these things will play out, all right? All these things are going to be helping you towards inner transformation, because those wounds around guilt and sorrow, you think those are connected for nothing? Most of the things that you feel guilty about are going to bring you sorrow. And people don't equate this to an internal level because they ain't went that deep to understand that the sorrow that you feel from somebody transitioning or a relationship leaving in your life, right? Or letting go of something is because you wasn't present enough for the experience of it, because you was caught up in your likes and your dislikes of it. You set so many goddamn boundaries, and all you was experiencing was your own box. You alone. You still feel unseen and unheard, right? You still feel unloved, right? So this is how deep this guilt and the sorrow can go, and especially the guilt that we can deal with from not speaking up for ourselves, right? Starting to feel sorry for ourselves, you know. There's so many things that can come with this that can be so enabling deep emotional healing that needs transformation. And this Piscean energy and this full moon and this autumn equinox, all these things are influencing the releasing of those experiences. All right. Now, if
Hey,
I start to cut
Sensei,
out, go ahead.
listening to what everybody, I had a hard time with thinking about what forgiveness would be, because I'm not, I know that whatever happened, I can't think about forgiving you because I'm not going to give away my power. So that whole part right there. But when I looked up forgiveness, in the system, it's a 9 of hearts. So I took from it, that's Saturn. I took from it, what did you learn? Right? What did you learn from what the exchange that you had with that person? Because Saturn is the teacher, right? So that restriction that you're feeling, it has nothing to do with the other person. It's like, what did you learn? Right. And it just made me think everything that everybody said, it pointed all back to me. It's like there was something that needed to be expressed, right? And it was expressed in a situation that didn't harmonize. Now, how do you now stand with that? How do you go back to the beginning? What kind of self-awareness do you have now? Ooh, that was good. Y'all did. That was good. That got me going over here.
Hey, I got, you know, Diamond, you cannot come off of your mic without me introducing everybody. I want y'all to know that is Diamond, the master cardologist. That was Saturn, that was wisdom speaking. That is a great mother, that is an elder in the community, put in a lot of work, been doing this for a long time. So I want everybody to show Diamond some love and gratitude for you sharing your wisdom with us, beloved, because that was deep. And Diamond is a Libra. We done went from Aries to Pisces to Libra. I'm loving this, man. And not only
Hey, Diamond.
hey, Diamond is, as you could tell, she has a lot of profound wisdom, and she spoke to a place to where, why would I have to forgive? Like, ain't that's giving away my power. Woo, man, Diamond. If people truly understood that the moment you allow somebody to make you feel anything, you've given them your power. That was deep. Gratitude, Diamond.
Sensei.
Mhm.
So the one thing that I would say is that when Diamond said about what you're here to learn, the
Mhm.
thing that sparked for me that I feel like part of this work has been, so what I was speaking to is that, okay, I made this choice to come in, like, say, to this family, right?
Mhm.
So the reason, it took me a while to realize that I made this agreement. So in my making the agreement, I agree with what she's saying about what have I learned from being with these people that I chose to be with.
Yes,
Where when I was,
go ahead.
where when I'm sitting there in it, initially it just looks like, how did I get dropped into this? Because this does not necessarily seem like where I'm supposed to be.
See, it's so dynamic what y'all speaking to, because this is directly going into the inner balance and the harmony. Without being accountable, without literally being and saying that, you know what, I am the common denominator in everything that I say I've been experiencing. It's always the self. It's the Aries, it's the Libra. Now, how are my libraries? What's in my libraries? What's in my Libra and Aries, myself, and how I've been balancing it out? If people are constantly blaming other people for what they've experienced, somebody is defining you. You have no true sense of self. No wonder why we got people that's ticking time bombs and in power struggles and what they call relationships. But basically just somebody craving something. So this is why a lot of people's aspects of for freedom, because they have yet to see what they done learned about themselves through all of the shit that they done been through. It's somebody else's fault. It's them. It's never the self. It's never what I've done and what I've allowed. So when we deal with that representing of the light and the dark, it's gonna get dark for a lot of people who don't want to get in that mirror right now. See, for a lot of people who ain't got that harmony within, guess what? They shedding. I'm going into a shell, y'all. I gotta shed what no longer serves me. I need time by myself. I'm telling you, it's dark over there. It ain't no light. And it's okay if you are there. I ask people all the time, if you truly ask yourself, do I have the capacity to do what it requires to be in a relationship, to put somebody else's with? Now that we're aware that this is a reflection of you, now that you're aware this is a void that what you gonna do with that information? Is you gonna wait on somebody else to come in and we both gonna heal together and this is my soulmate, this is my twin flame, all this shit, right? Or is you gonna say, I need to sit with myself? Because I ain't got the time, the energy, the capacity, none of that, the willingness to love somebody else in a place I need to be giving myself that right now. See, we bring people in when you need to be selfish with your time, your energy. Then you get mad at somebody else because you done said yes to something when you saying that you should be healing. See, this is why shit just don't go together. Because you bringing in somebody else whenever you have sex with them, whenever you equate to bringing in a conversation, another relationship, somebody else's needs, somebody else's birth chart, somebody else's card spread, somebody else's Aries, Libra shit coming into play. There ain't got to be no Aries and Libra for you to have to deal with their Aries and Libra shit. So these are the things that we have to learn to bring into harmony within the self. And with the North Node and Aries, that's inspiring the action and courage. And the South Node in Libra that urges us letting go of the past, relational patterns. See, this requires a lot of healing and compassion that the Pisces energy wants to heighten, and the empathy and the compassion that directs us to open our hearts and connect with others at a deeper soulful level. We don't connect with people on a deep level. This shit be so surface, man. That's why shit don't last long, yeah. Most of any relationship that we connected with people on a deep level before we gathered a bunch of us, the bunch of the shit that we childhood friends, right? A bunch of the people that just love you because they know you and they go back. I've been knowing such and such, right? Because we connected with them on a deep level. Now we searching for these deep connections, but a lot of people suffer in this area because we ain't connected with ourselves deeper in this area. Now we got to go through these experiences that's going to cause us to go through that. So now, why are you here? What have you been going through? How deep do you? This full moon and this autumn equinox, and the times that we in, it's forcing a lot of people to do. All we gotta do, just pay attention to the patterns, the celebrities. Pay attention to the transformation of love. Even when I'm telling these celebrities been together for years, shit, they just showed J-Lo left that man and went right back to what's his name? Oh, okay, that was an old picture. Okay, my bad. You know, social media be full of shit, but I wouldn't be surprised. Everybody out here repeating patterns. People out here craving, calling themselves loving, and they blaming somebody else for their voids. Don't be one of those people for the rest of your life. All right, that's all I'm saying. So if you let these people teach you what not to do, you might be all right instead of what to do. Okay. So transformation of love patterns. The retrograde nodes push us to reconsider past relationships and emotional attachments, encouraging new perspectives and growth in love and how we express love and compassion. Now here, these are just some keywords on the wheel that I provided. And of course, you can see the first house and the seventh house right here. All right, physical body, appearance, attributes, outlook on life, early environment, personality, basic self. And this shows up in the relationships and how you harmonize marriages, relationships, projected sense of self. All right. This is your opponents. This is also your descendant. So you have an ascendant and a descendant. These things enter and exit your chart. All right. So these things, and also the descendant has an influence on your relationships as well. So when you aspect. So that can be a different thing when you understand astrology. But this wheel can help you understand. I want you to look at where is your Pisces placement, all right? Where is your Neptune placement? Look at whatever the planets is associated with the things that we go through and the things that's in this PDF and how they show up with some of these key words, all right, in that wheel. That's just a way for you to use that to your benefit, all right? Now, this is also showing how some of those transits are going to affect the sense of the self, all right, and the partial eclipse. Now, what you're going to do is just know where the moon is in your birth chart. If you have heavy Pisces placements, the moon is going to follow that Pisces energy in your chart because it's in Pisces, all right? So a lot of times, if you don't have any heavy Pisces placement, you might find a moon transit in your 12th house. This can be a heavy influence from your ascendant sign as well. So if you know your transits and you're aware of them, you can judge your transits, or you begin to calculate your transits by understanding how it's going to influence you. This is what this is going to be right here. So the transit that's going to be influencing these different houses are going to be found right here. So if the moon and the eclipse is going to be transiting in your first house, it's going to be influencing you as a time to releasing self-doubt and embracing self-compassion, focusing on healing your self-image and nurturing your identity. This can even be aspecting knowing what house your natural moon sign, your natal moon sign is in. Second house is going to be influencing you in the areas of resources and values and letting go of material attachments and to cultivate emotional resilience and reassess your values, and especially in relationship. So as you can see, that's a breakdown of the transits. I won't go over all of those, all right? Now, what I wanted to do with this was give you an impact. Now, this can fit everybody, no matter what sun sign you are, all right? As you are being impacted by this energy, because everything in our chart is being driven by the sun sign. The sun sign is the center part of the birth chart. Everything is revolving around the sun. The sun is teaching you how to be your higher self. Everything is wanting you to turn your lead into gold. And when you understand that in your Magnus Opus or your Philosopher's Stone or your place to be the alchemist in your life. This is about using your Saturn and your sun sign placement, right, to achieve the highest place of social and internal and spiritual growth and development. So this influences on this eclipse and this full moon is going to be influencing every sun sign in different ways. So this is just a simple breakdown of how it will influence every sun sign. So the Aries could be influencing and embracing more vulnerability and balance and action and introspection, practicing heart opening yoga poses. Taurus could be focusing on emotional security and trust, engaging in grounding practices like meditation. Gemini, which is me, could improve on communication by expressing emotions clearly. Use breath work to balance your heart and throat chakras. All right, Cancer, healing family and home related emotional wounds. Practice nurturing self-care routine. So as you can see, whatever your sun sign is, you can look into that and see do you relate to that information. Now, if you even know what house your sun sign is in, like for example, my Gemini sun sign is in the 7th house. So I'll be dealing with Libra and Gemini stuff. All right, letting go of codependencies in relationships, focusing on finding inner peace and balance. All right. So that's what this eclipse is going to be activating more of for me. All right, on the sun sign energy. And of course, this is going to be how it's going to be influencing your moon. All right. Now, with this right here, I want to talk about anybody got any questions on that before I go go into this gut and heart and brain
Do I have a
coherence?
question,
Anybody got any
Sensei?
questions? What's up?
Yeah, this is Micah. I have a question. Okay. So when we did the workshop 2 weeks ago on the solar plexus,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
so you ran through something similar for Virgo, what the focus should be on then, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so even then there was some mentioning about the Virgo like needing to work in the area like, in service to others,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then I noticed that something similar is here again. Um, and if I'm being honest, as a
Mm-hmm.
as a Virgo, I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting very tired of I guess my in service to others type of mode. I'm like, Micah, get out of that shit, okay? Because oh my God, I am
Feeling overwhelmed.
I'm feeling overwhelmed, and
Good one, Price.
I'm causing people to prosper so much more than what I am, and it
Mm.
is irritating the hell out of me.
Do you know
Right?
what house your sun sign is in?
What house my sun sign?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what
Do you know
house?
what house? Like
Yeah,
on
let
your
me
birth
look.
chart, you got a
Oh,
Virgo sun sign, right? Do you know what out of the 12 houses where your sun sits in your birth chart?
yeah. Let me see. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, so it sits in my 4th and 5th house.
So basically, it's like 4th house and Placid, it'll be 5th house. So it's like on the cusp a little bit, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So let's bring that into practicality right now, Miss Virgo. Let's get practical with that.
Okay.
Fast pace, all right? Let's do this right here. Now, did you hear what I said earlier about the relationship between Virgo and Pisces? About the
I
6th and the 12th house?
Okay, I don't recall.
All right, I'm gonna give you this. It's I love the break. It's just so simple. All right.
Okay.
The 6th house, our daily routines reveal our spiritual gifts. Virgo and Pisces. Your
Mhm.
daily routines create your future. What you do today will reflect your tomorrow. All right. If you want to create your fantasies into a reality, you got to start with your daily routines. You see how Virgo and Pisces work so harmoniously together? They don't want to work in opposition. Okay. Now, let's bring in what you got to deal with right now. when you said that you're doing all this right now, we said now we got to look at what needs to be changed. So automatically, we know you need to implement more of a heart-centered routine that promote emotional well-being and focus on balance in daily life. Clearly, the things you're being of service to are not supporting this heart-centered routine for you. That's why it's draining you, right?
Right.
Now, let's look at that's Virgo alone. So automatically you bring in an energy of Virgo. Now let's just look at the fourth and the fifth house activity. Let's do both of them. That means that you've been doing a lot of this on the opposite. So focusing on emotional patterns rooted in the past. I'm tired of the old habits. I got to release these emotional patterns because I keep on showing up for people 9 times out of 10 because I care too much. Fourth house. And 9 times out of 10, these people need me in some type of way. And I feel like if I stop, who else gonna do it? Fourth house activity. All right. Now watch this. This is going to require that I have to nurture and give myself all the stuff that I've been serving people on. Guess I wouldn't have learned how to do it if I wasn't doing it for those people. See? Now the very same thing that I do for most of other people, now I know how to do it more efficiently for myself because I've done it as an everyday routine. Now, if I embrace creative expressions as a tool for more emotional healing and find joy and compassion in my self-expression, this is going to require more courage because this is going to be dealing with children. See, this is going to be dealing with how you got to have the courage to let people be themselves. You're going to have to will yourself into some places. You're going to have to express yourself. You're going to have to take center stage on what you really want. You're going to have to speak up. Am I getting to the flip here for you?
Yeah, you are.
Or are we getting to what needs to be illuminated? Because all of it wants to bring you here. Engage in deep spiritual work, meditation, inner reflection, healing subconscious wound, connecting more with the divine. Well, that's going to be hard. Somebody else means that I am being at a disservice to myself. This is what I have to learn as a Virgo. You hear why I said we are learning our sun signs. So that means you're learning how to be a Virgo through all of the things that you said. Dealing with things of home, motherhood, children, right? How you want to create versus what everybody else needs or wants from you. So what is it in your heart? What is it you got to will yourself to do? What is it that you're going to have to stop saying yes with your lips and no with your heart to that you know other people are going to be bothered by because you are choosing that. And this is why Virgo, balance service to others with self-care. You see how I took you right back to Virgo and the sun sign?
Yeah.
Are you doing this right here?
No.
Okay. So we see
No.
work on, right?
I'm over giving, and then I have fumes left for myself.
That's because you caring too much, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to let some people take care of themselves, right?
Yeah. I
As
am.
you, as you show them what it looks like, because all you showing them what it look like now is how to be burned out. You ain't showing them what this look like. You showing them sacrifice. You showing them burnout. You showing them frustration. You're not showing them the joy, the creativity. This is what you are transforming. This is a habit for women in your family. I ain't even asked your moon sign yet. See, we just on the sun right now. So when you understand how this is influencing you and your mood, now when you understand how you have to change how you feel about that, now what's your moon sign? Because this is helping people. Cancer. You see the fourth house came back into play. So when you deal with the moon sign being in Cancer, right? Now we're dealing with our fourth house activity. That means that everything around the mother, the nurturing, all that is something that that's something that you always wish your mama would have did.
Yeah.
Something you always had a capacity or a propensity to have to do for yourself as a Cancer mom.
Right.
You see how dynamic it is as it shows up. Now we know what we're releasing during this harvest full moon, this eclipse, right? All this is just propelling you to deal with your Chiron and move you more into your North Node.
Mm.
You see?
Mhm.
Did that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. Anybody else?
Great day, great day.
Go ahead. Who was that? Rizal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wow. 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 You're blowing my mind so far. I love the question that you asked.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the way you asked it pretty provocatively, which I appreciate because I see the art in how we can really get down to the heart of the matter. So, thank you. Thank you for such a intentional stewardship of our time and our energy,
No,
and allowing us to go deep really, really fast by asking a really authentic and genuine question. Because I was all in, bro. I was like, why do we? Even though like this other part of me, my good do too much nigga, my good Christian brother was like, yes, forgiveness, yes, the Bible says, you know what I mean? It's like my inner child was like, nah, little nigga, like let him speak though. Let him speak though. He's preaching, and I appreciate the goddess really opening up this pure intention that can come from when we really get a chance to honestly partake in a practice and see how it has genuine impact in our life and speak to that. I just want to rewind really quickly to this library aspect of our. I'm going. I'm going. Because I'm a Leo. I'm a Leo sun sign. Scorpio ascendant, so I always got to. You know what I mean? I'm always trying to put 1,000 on one. I love that 1%, nigga. I want to maximize. So let me just let me just maximize this real quick. Can we just go into this Libra and this library? Like, because what I'm seeing is like the agenda for legislation. One of the agendas is to protesters must have their face. Sensei?
Okay, bro.
Oh, okay. I was like, what was that? Did you hear that?
Somebody had a hot mic. I had to mute.
Oh, okay. I was like, Spirit just started speaking. I was like, okay. Yeah, but this human experience and how we are recording our experience in the waters of our boundaries and our bodies and the connection and how you expressed the Libra and library energy. Did I hear that correctly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can we talk about this? Because is this in alignment with the Akashic that I like to describe in my Christ consciousness understanding as we are the living word?
Yes, brother. This is also the equivalent of in the scripture when it says the rod and the staff shall comfort me. Right?
Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of my enemy.
Yes, sir.
This is David.
Yes, sir.
On the
That's
run
why
from
David, and that's
on the
why
run from his
David
life.
represents
Yeah.
Pisces, bro.
Mm.
And that's why David was, talking about using sound and vibration to bring down the walls, right? See?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So and that's why what you said was so dynamic, and I already knew where you was going. I was just over here like I already know what ride for to take this here because the libraries is so significant to the first sense of the self and also the parts of the brain dealing with the head and the kidneys. This is dealing with the axis and what I was going to get into with the heart and the brain coherence. That has a lot to do with our libraries, bro. All right. Has a lot to do with how we equate to this gut axis and how that heart and the brain when it deals with the vagus nerve and how when you deal with the 10th cranial nerve, that is the vagus, the well with the elder council, right?
Say that one more time. You said the 10th vagus nerve, but cut out for me for 2 seconds.
The 10th nerve is the vagus nerve.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That controls the way our gut and our brain, it's the software of our body. Like, you
The
know how
10th
people
vagus
ask,
nerve is the
yeah,
software of our body. Mm-hmm.
yeah. You know how people, how do we control the hardware, right? You got to have software for that, right? You tech, you already know where I'm talking, right?
Yes,
So
you're
the
blowing my
vagus
mind.
nerve,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
vagus
mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm.
nerve is the software, bro. It's the way we hack the hardware.
You know, you're explaining your whole Reiki practice that you did for me in Sedona. Because remember when I came out, you was like, "How was it?" And Anita was asking me, and I was like, "I feel like you just upgraded my whole like interface."
Yes, bro.
It was
Because
like I got a new iPhone in my emotional intelligence,
it's
like a whole new way to just like feel this shit. But I literally just learned to drive. Listen here, I literally just had to learn how to start using this shit this week, Sensei. All the shit that you opened up, I literally didn't even know what to do with it. I literally
what they say on SpongeBob 3 years later.
three exactly. Like
Wow.
literally, I've literally had to understand how I even understand language
Mm-hmm.
and understand that my biases, like my biases and preferences, literally are designed to agitate certain niggas.
Yes.
Like
Nah, I love it, bro.
that's how acute creation is.
Nah, it's beautiful. That
Exactly.
it is. Cause it's like planting a seed. Remember, I said we all like been in gestation over these past 2 or 3 years, bro. Like this is also
Mm,
equated to the eclipses that we experienced in 2020, the alignment of the planets all the way back to 2012. Of course, no eclipse is ever separate. A mudslide doesn't happen overnight, right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
It's a shift
mm-hmm.
in consciousness now. It's like it's moving into a higher aspects of because the sun's rays, the UV rays, the solar flares, so many things. But the sun is now making this progression back into what we know as the underworld or going into the southern hemisphere. This is going to equate to the fall equinox. And this is when our body goes from parasympathetic to sympathetic. So this is why it is always critical as this time of the year that we maintain the parasympathetic nerve and not the sympathetic. That goes into what I'm speaking to with the gut and the brain coherence and the vagus nerve activity, right? So of course, you know, when this is going to be a very, very huge when it comes to the gut and the brain coherence and the vagus nerve. They are now proven scientifically that the vagus nerve deals with every neuron in your gut, right? This means that it deals with every neuron in your body, all right? So here I put some things that you can incorporate to help you out, get more of a healthy gut. This is going to be a good time to focus on that. Of course, mindful eating and hydration to maintain digestive, healthy gut and mind, heart and brain coherence. This is also going to incorporate more of the probiotics into it as well. And this is also going to incorporate more of a healthy gut that's going to be critical for overall well-being and impacting the vagus nerve and heart and brain coherence. And I'll tell y'all what, let me do this real quick. I'm going to do this for y'all. All right, I'm going to tap into the EDU. I'm going to see what, tap into this EDU right quick, man. Let y'all look at some of my mentees right here. Go out of here right quick. All right. Boom. I'm gonna open this up right quick. Show y'all some of this stuff. Hold on right quick. All right, I'm going some heart chakra glimpse. All right. Network connection.
Wait, Sensei, can you go back to, did Sensei cut out for anybody?
I'm here. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, I
Did
can
you
hear
hear
you
me,
now.
bro? All right.
Yeah.
You were froze
Yeah.
for a second. That's what it
Well, I was
was.
froze. Okay, big. Now I was saying I was finna open up the EDU and I want to go into this heart chakra modules and show y'all some more things on the heart chakra. All right. Now, what was you finna say, bro?
Oh, I was
What
gonna
you finna
say
say?
also, did you tap in on that Libra aspect, Libra library?
Oh, yeah. I got you. I'm finna show it to you. I'm finna
Okay,
go a
okay,
little
okay.
deeper. All
Okay, let's
right.
go. Let's go.
Now, listen, this is crazy because, the heart is ruled by Leo, okay? Ruled by the sun, the mind, the body, all right? Heart chakra is going to be some Venus, Jupiter energy as well. And of course, Jupiter rules Sagittarius, Venus rules Taurus and Libra, okay? So when you deal with this on a Reiki level, this is in my Reiki modules, all right? So when my brother spoke about little Reiki, I had to go tap in real quick, all right? So when you deal with these aspects of the heart chakra and the unstruck and representing love, now this is what I'm dealing with. This is what we're dealing with right here, my brother. The heart chakra, when you're dealing with this Venus, Moon, Cancer, Libra energy. Now, the reason why I equated this to the heart chakra, because the heart is the first thing that's formed in the body. The heart is the first thing that's formed in the body before every other organ in your body is, I would say, comprised, or every other boundary is set. The heart is the first thing. All right. Now, this corresponds to the energy of Venus because Venus deals with cellular rejuvenation. All right. Cellular regeneration is Venetian energy. All right. When you deal with how our cells hold on to memory, this is Venetian. This is Libra. This is library. This is how we're holding on to the memory of the self and how Libra rules the kidneys. The kidneys are dealing with the ancestors. The reason why we can have the lips of our great-great-grandmother, the nose of our great-great-grandfather is all based off memory. All right. This is our Venetian seventh house activity. All right. And as you can see, this energy of Venus being connected to the sun right here, right? Now, when you deal with Aries and Mars, Scorpio, all right? Mars rules Aries and Scorpio, our sexual energies. All right, my brother Rizal. So our mother, Scorpio, ruled the sexual organs, the genitals, right? They had to get a spark of fire. Mars and Venus, men are from Venus, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Venus rules the left brain. All right. Mercury rules the right brain. Mars, the chemistry had to ignite in order for Mars to come into action. All right. When we begin to marry the sense of ourselves, when you begin to be driven by your desires, Scorpio, and all this sense, every cell of you can activate here. When you bring this even in on the cellular activation level, all right, which I'm gonna go into this part right quick for you, real quick. All right, let's get into this. I'm gonna show you this.
Wait, hold on. Let me catch my breath as you do that. Hold on.
So my
What
brother.
I'm hearing you saying is, Venus and Mercury are the two potent ingredients.
Venus and Mars.
Women are for Venus, men are for Mars. So Venus and Mars are these two elements that exist in our physical vessel of a body, which provides the spark of our eternal drive, our nature, which starts in our fundamental, like, reproductive organs, what gives us life.
Yes. Which is found in the essence of the sperm, the reproductive organs. Us as men and women, we don't hold the essence of life, right? We cannot yield or will that. We can harness it, but we cannot create it. What we can do is create a boundary for it based off the memory that we have in our cellular DNA. When we come together, All of this creates the cells and creates the memory that is needed for a body. And the woman has to use that for gestation, right? Now, when you deal with the anatomy and the thymus gland, the hormones, the T cells, the lymphocytes, the white blood cells, all these different things are in promotion when what we deal with the energy of Aries and Libra, because now you're dealing with hormones, all right? And you're dealing with the hormonal production, right? And now you're dealing with how the thymus is located behind your sternum. It's also known as the high heart, the catalyst for awakening. It is an important part of your immune system producing T cells. All right. Now, if we're dealing with our cells, enzymes create cells. Enzymes create hormones. My bad. Enzymes create hormones. Hormones create cells. All this is created in the gut. All this is connected to the vagus nerve activity. This is why the vagus nerve is like a scalp, bro. If you take a deep breath, what's wrong with your body? The vagus nerve has went out and communicated with every neuron of the body, and it just came back and let you know how and what has been scouted. All right. So when you deal with the immune system and how everything wants to work in harmonious flow, bro, the common sense deals with it. And Sagittarius, Jupiter rules the vagus nerve because Sagittarius is connected to the sternum. Okay. This is why Sagittarius have natural wide hips. This is also why the energy of Trinity represented Sagittarius in the Matrix. This is why she always rode a motorcycle. All right. She was always flying something. She was the one that was in control of driving, Sagittarius. Long distance travel, right? The hips, you got to generate motion in the hips in order for you to have sex, right? You got to get them hips going, goddamn it, you know what I'm saying? So this is also equating to how the thymus gland, the thyroid, right? The lymphocytic, this is all just a transfer of memory, bro. That's why every sexual act is a transfer of memory. Sex, right? Sexual, what is it, a sexual exchange of energy, how people like to say. But sex is an exchange of memory, period. That's why it's hard to forget who you've had sex with. And this is why the body keeps the score, all right? This is
They
all
say
what the
that
heart is weighing out, bro.
they say no, Brother Kwame, I think it says he loves to say that sex is spiritual energy exchange.
There you go. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
No, this is beautiful because it is, and it is. You know what I mean? It's like in all ways, in all ways. I feel like that's the multi-dimensional verification of truth, because it's true in two different ways, because it is an energy exchange, and the energy exchange is the memory. That's where I see the harmony in what you are explaining there.
Yes, sir, my bro.
So that is the Libra aspect, but it's really interesting because it's like what I see you explaining. Okay, one question. You said the heart is the first thing that is formed in the body, and help me parse this piece of information. You know, Nicola talks about how we are all formed from the anus. Is this the tube that connects us all, or what comes first, the asshole or the heart?
The reason
and I think
why
it's poignant, because in our travels, you officially let me know, and I officially accepted my asshole, good brother. So I love my asshole, good brother Sensei. So can we talk about that? How you see
I got that? You. It's simple because this is right. This is neural pathways from the heart to the brain that inhibit or facilitate electrical brainwave activity. So the heart sends electromagnetic messages to the brain, affecting how we perceive and react, as well as how we make decisions. The heart has its own nervous system with the ability to learn and remember, feel, sense, and make decisions separate from the brain. Now, the heart's electromagnetic field is 5,000 times stronger than the electromagnetic field of the brain.
Oh,
right?
guess what, baby?
when you deal with this aspects of being how to learning
I was
how
talking to
to
another girl in my classroom, right?
begin to find yourself going into a new aspect of seeing you. So what happens, bro, when you begin to fall into this, let me get back off into this thing right here. So what we dealing with on that is you're dealing with Saturn. The reason why he would say that is because of electrons, bro. So the reason why he says we come from the anus, when I just said we have to generate from the hips, all right? When we deal with the sperm, when we deal with what travels through to the uterus, when we deal with what moves, when we deal with electromagnetism, dielectricity, electricity, right? DC, AC current, all right? When we deal with that, something has to be connected. So basically, you don't become a current, a closed current. So this is when both polarities of you unite, basically like Mars and Venus, all right? Left and right field, masculine and feminine principle come together. Now you got one thing. This has also been shown in Nikola Tesla's work, how two people can hold hands, or you can hold a light bulb and we can touch and close the circuit off and the light bulb will light up, right? So this shows electrons in the body, bro. The electrons are stored in the root chakra that's near the anus. Remember, we just said where the thymus was located, right? Where do we say the thymus was located, bro? Right? This is when you're dealing with behind the sternum, right? So this goes down into what we know as the scrotum area. Remember how I just showed you the Scorpio connection? Now, electrons, wherever you find electrons, you find lead or you find something that can generate power. When your body runs out of electrons, it's running out of power. Saturn, time. I spoke about this in my root chakra workshop, all right? So in the root chakra, bro, it shows that Saturn rules lead. You cannot have gold without lead. Lead is such a powerful element in our bodies, but without you having something, if you ain't got lead in your sperm, if you don't have the right counts and the right minerals, you cannot produce a child, bro. And never ignite what the woman needs. So when you deal with how the sperm needs electrons, it needs neurons, it needs electricity. When there is no lead, there is no electricity. And when there is no lead, there is nothing to ground the electricity. So if you have too much Jupiter, see, this is like a relationship. If you got too much of a perspective, you have too much of a sense of who you think you are, nothing can ground you. See? So it's the same, everything got to be grounded, Saturn. Whenever you want to build a house, anything in this reality got to be grounded. That's why in the aspects of every Lotus Sutra, the lotus flower, the petals, you have to be rooted in this reality in order for you to reach ascension. The Emerald Tablets speak of that, Tahuti, Thought. If you're not rooted in being human, you ain't going nowhere. So the catalyst for awakening becomes the heart. That's why it's the first thing that's formed in the body. But the heart is just like anything that wants to break a boundary. I really want y'all to listen to what I'm saying, because goddamn me, Rob got me going deep. All right. Anything that wants to break a boundary, what does it have to do? If you plant a flower, beautiful souls, what happens when you plant a flower? Doesn't it break? Don't a seed break the embryo? Don't the embryo break the soil? Don't everything in this reality, even though all bounds. Nothing in this reality wants to be confined to the natural state that it was subjected to. This is why everything grows in the darkness.
Huh?
All right.
I'm muted.
That's why the gut has to be such an environment to allow us to thrive. And when the gut is not right, the brain ain't right. Now they got science to prove that. So this deals with the axis that we was talking about, bro, with Aries and Libra. Because I don't care what you got in your head. If your gut is out of line, if your, and even with the shitting aspect, bro, if you got a shit, if you need to release, if you need to secrete, ain't nothing nobody can tell you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. You
Hey,
know what's
you gonna need to
you
be trying to get to the goddamn bathroom. All right?
stop, get out of my life, Sensei. Look, okay. You prove your point. You prove your point. Okay, we're real quick though. I just want to say this. Okay, help me make sure I'm clear on this. What you're saying is the tools to create the infrastructure of any aspect of your body, of course, it comes from form. Your asshole is form.
Mhm.
However, this form was used to create the heart first, which is the rubric for your entire nervous system, your gut, and everything else.
You better know it. Because when this is not purified, can y'all hear me?
Yes. Yes, sir. Oh, it's a little delay. Sensei?
It's like,
Okay, you were breaking up for a second.
okay, big. I feel like I was. I was saying when the heart is not purified, is what this equates us to emotional eating. You know, and I talked about this in the sacral chakra, the solar plexus workshop. All of these chakras work together. And this is how I like to give the aspects of the chakras and understanding what they mean and how they show up in our life. So when this heart chakra is off, bro, you know, those 12 petals can be, you know, because now you got the triangle representing a harmonious balance of masculine and feminine. The masculine triangle is up going upward. The downward triangle is the feminine aspect. One represents fire, one represents water. So that's the union. It wants to happen through the heart. So when we're not operating in the aspects of feeling deep compassion and empathy, when we're not loving unconditionally, this equates to what we put in our mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like this equates to where we speak from. Now it equates to what Mika was saying. Our perspective is rooted in something that is deeper than what we actually speak to on the surface.
Yes, my dear.
So it's such a deep thing when we feel this sense of inner peace and inner joy and contentment when we don't fall into the aspect of honoring what's in our own hearts and our own minds.
It's like so much easier than what you were thinking.
Because he's really not prepared for the pressure of like, you ready to start dreaming for these SATs.
So when you understand the power of your front structure and all this good stuff, it allows you to really walk in the power of yourself. All right. So it's dynamic, beautiful souls, when you truly understand who you are and understand the power of your heart and how it's connected to all these different things, right? And how, when you're dealing with cellular activity, our heart is so many things that the heart is weighing. I want everything that we have in our body flows through the heart. I mean, the heart regulates heartbeat, blood circulation, cardiovascular health. The lungs is governing your breathing, oxygen supply, respiratory system. Open heart encourages deep, relaxed breathing and optimal oxygenation of the body. The thymus gland, part of the immune system, it plays a crucial role in maintaining health and resilience against disease. Now I'm gonna tell you how dynamic this is because a lot of us don't breathe deep enough. And, you know, a lot of people be like, breathe in, breathe in. Now, with this vagus nerve, we should be breathing out. We don't breathe out long enough. We don't breathe. We don't elongate the breath. So we can hack this system by doing certain things of holding the breath in through the nose, breathe out slow through the mouth, slow breaths out. Really control and govern this breath. This is when you begin to activate and optimize this how it takes away from high blood pressure, how it begins to regulate the heart, the cardiovascular system. The lower your heart rate, the better off your body is, right? If you can begin to lower your heart rate based off of certain breathing and certain things. If y'all seen the post that I posted, I actually posted some tools, all right, to be able to do this. Humming, cold showers, cold things around the neck, all right, like a ice pack, things like that around the neck, around right there where that muscle is, where the nerve or where the arteries operate in the neck. You put a cold pack there, All right, taking a deep breath in, holding the breath, allowing that energy to build up in the gut, releasing the breath out slow. All right, doing fast movements, exerting a lot of energy, then just relaxing, letting the body just relax. All right, so this can solve a lot of cardiovascular issues. A lot of us could have been experiencing heart palpitations lately, respiratory problems, high blood pressure. I know my heart went to palpitating, especially around that Leo at Portals, that Lionsgate. Oh my God. That Lionsgate let me know I need to work on my blood. I ain't gonna even play with y'all. That Lionsgate let me know I need to cleanse my blood. That's that Lionsgate let me know. And I was doing the root chakra around that time. So the emotional symptoms as well, because the high blood pressure, immune system deficiencies, asthma, or chest pain. All right. And especially I smoke marijuana, right? And I smoke in, I'm clear in these areas. All right. So the feelings of jealousy and hatred and bitterness and grief and holding grudges, right? The inability to forgive, fear of rejection, or difficulty in forming or maintaining healthy relationships. I mean, hey, I know a lot of us, a lot of people might not want to identify with none of this, but you can't heal what you do not reveal. Beautiful souls. I'm gonna say that one more time. You cannot heal what you do not reveal. All right. The heart chakra is where we experience the higher form of spiritual growth through unconditional love and compassion. It is the key to spiritual awakening, and it enables us to transcend ego-based desires and connect deeply to others in nature and the universe, and allows us to experience the unity and the oneness of all life, fostering a sense of divine connection and purpose. Now, here's the connection to the vagus nerve. I'm going to give you all with this and the influence that it can have on the emotional aspects. And it promotes this flow between the heart and the brain and enhancing intuitive intelligence and spiritual insight. Now, Venus is the planet of love and harmony and beauty, and this governs relationships, values, and affection. Aries, the earth signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius reflect on the earth element and the heart chakra, promoting communication, balance, and social connection. The heart chakra represents our capacity to give and receive love, guiding us towards fulfilling our soul's life mission and purpose. Connectedness with all beings. Balancing and opening this chakra is crucial for healing emotional wounds and cultivating deeper relationships and awakening to our spiritual nature. All right. Now, I gave you all a 30-day journal prompt to help you deal with some of these energies. These are coming with some yoga poses as well. All right. Shayla really took her time and added those yoga poses to each one of these prompts. All right, so she was very intricate on making sure that y'all seen how to mimic these poses, and these things can help out everybody. Okay. Now, here's, of course, there's day one. All right, what emotional patterns do I need to
Sensei,
release?
you blowing my mind right now. I'm literally, let me come on camera for 2 seconds. I'm literally been
Talk
on
to
the
me,
mat.
brother. Talk to me.
I literally been on the mat the whole time you've been talking, bro.
For real?
I literally, I can't even see me. I literally am down here, bro. Like,
Hold
are
on,
you
let me
serious?
stop. Let me stop so everybody can see you on the mat, man.
I'm literally on the mat. Like, I gotta get it in. My bro is talking to me. I gotta get it in. I literally been down here just. Hold on, let me get my cap right, bro. Because you get certain information, it just compels you to be like, okay, I know what to do. I got to get into my body. You know what I mean? Like, get into the body. Like, I was down here. I was like, it never felt so good to do cat cow and downward dog. And thus,
Look
like
at
I was
Ron
like,
over there on the
I was
mat. You
like,
understand?
oh my God. Anyway, bro, like,
You
thank
can't
you.
make it up, bro.
You cannot make this coincidences up.
No,
Thank
man.
you.
And it's beautiful because I guarantee you're going to see some of the poses that you've probably been doing, right? And there's poses for forgiveness and release. All right. The fish pose is good for that. So as you can see, beautiful souls. And I want you all to understand yoga. And I know the West got us all twisted with yoga. It's not a bunch of fast movements, y'all. Yoga presents each one of these poses are called asanas. How long can you sit in one pose to where your body feels comfortable there? All right. So take your time All right, remember to take some deep breaths. Don't beat yourself up if you can't rest all the way into these poses. Respect your edge. Really sink into these poses and allow your body to feel more, I would say, aligned. All right, so you won't feel like this is work. Okay, and of course you can see the fish pose there. All right, you'll see the bridge pose. All right, and it'll tell you focusing on tell you the techniques. All right, so that is what I wanted to give you all with this, some more information to help you understand the heart chakra. If anybody's interested, I'm telling you, this is just a glimpse into what we'll be doing in the actual workshop coming up this weekend. So if you are interested in joining that workshop, make sure you click that link. All right, you'll get a link to the workshop as well, sent out with this replay. And also the replay will be available on my YouTube as well. All right. So I really just want you all to really take this information and really, sit with it, let it make sense to you. Apply it to your life the best way you see fit. Okay. And a lot of times there's a lot of aspects to where we find ourselves moving through to where it might be a little challenging as we go through these times. And I'm gonna give you out this real quick. I'm gonna give you some. That way, this will be on the recording as well. Going to some essential oils, some modules from inside my EDU. All right. So as you can see here, there are some words, some affirmations. I'm feeling depressed and lonely. So green foods. All right. Feed that heart chakra with the color green. All right. So when y'all get the recording or whatever, if y'all want to screenshot that, we'll just look up foods to feed the heart chakra. You see Brussels sprouts, asparagus, arugula, key limes. Your body might already been calling you to eat some of these foods. Keep at it. All right. Color in nature. All right. Color therapy, green foods, all that type of stuff. Walking in nature. All right. Driving with the windows down. You know what I'm saying? Journaling. All right. Of course, the meditation. Some of the gemstones associated. Grab you some rose quartz, some jade, some green calcite, all that good stuff. Some essential oils associated with it: lavender, rose, jasmine, geranium, goldenrod, cypress, bergamot. All right, some good herbs for the heart chakra. All right, nettle is excellent. Hibiscus is excellent. These two herbs, if you're on any type of medication, these two herbs won't hurt you. All right. So a bunch of these other herbs, I would suggest that you do your research. Eating cilantro, of course, is always good for you. Eating basil is good, won't hurt you at all. Even consuming sage can be good for you, not just burning it. All right, actually consuming it can be good. Okay. So of course, you got some affirmation and stuff like that inside of your PDF as well. So with that being said, beautiful souls, I'll take some questions. All right. If anybody had any questions about what you just heard or whatever the case may be. All right. And if not, I will let y'all go.
I have a question, Sensei.
What's up?
So just when I feel like I'm getting in the groove of things, I end up feeling like my womb area is getting tighter again. So I feel like that's where I'm holding the energy.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the best way for me to not do that?
Well, of course, movement with this full moon. Move them hips, right? Get them hips moving. Even some hip opening exercises, but those yoga poses. And also go back to that sacral chakra one. Did you get the replay from that sacral chakra workshop? If you didn't, text me and I'll send it to you.
Okay.
But that sacral chakra workshop would be excellent for you right now. But when you deal with the full moon, it's all about movement and dancing, right? So also writing down, right? Anything connected to the womb, memories, emotions, especially with this energy going on with this Gemini releasing. Also, you can do something like what's called a cord cutting, right? You can just write down the energies, the people you want to let go of, the names, whatever comes up, emotional experiences, whatever the case may be, write it all down and burn it. You know, you can also do a spiritual bath. All right. Get you some of those essential oils, some of those things, some of those crystals, right? Speak to the water, ask the water to help you heal the wound. You know, put some herbs in there, set the ambiance in that bathroom.
Okay.
Really allow the water to release and help pull from your body, your energy field. Sit in the tub until the water drains out, and then stand up and take a nice shower after you're done. All right. And take yourself through it, make it a ritual, right? Write down stuff, do a whole like releasing of whatever's connected to that wound that you want to let go of. Remember, sex is an exchange of memory. So a lot of time what you want to let go of, you can't. But what you doing is making peace with it, right? You're saying that this experience helped grow me. It just goes back into the lot Libra Aries. What was connected to this relationship? What did I learn about myself before this energy? What did I learn about myself after? Even if you feel like your wound needs to go through a nice cleansing, you already know. Hit me up, and I'll tell you what herbs and what you can get and what you can use for that. All right.
Okay.
I already believe it. Anybody else? Any questions?
Wow. So I just want to thank y'all for allowing me to nerd out a little bit. So really, like at the root of it, I'm sitting with like, yo, the mother wound example that you brought up as the healing aspect is because of that Venus energy always being a part of the creation process of humanity. So we always have to deal with that mother wound.
What you through talking, Rob?
I was just finishing up. Did you
No,
catch what I
yeah.
was saying?
No, yeah. Because it's such a relation, even to this this is what allowed me to have these realizations with the birth chart, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Once I began to equate these energies to what bound us, what connected us to this physical reality, and how even in the scriptures, it's in every language that we can think about. So when you deal with the Venetian energy, it's so feminine. It is so in the aspect of, because Venus, it deals with phosphorus, it deals with what's hot, right, in the body. So when you equate this to that, we have to have those things in order for our gut to burn things away. So when you deal with the aspect of purging, this is how pleasure and Venus can deal with electrons. So it can also, in a lot of occultist practices, Venus rules over demons. Because when you deal with the demonic world, the things that bring you pleasure can be the same thing that'll bring you pain, you know?
Mm.
And somebody can love you to the point to where they'll kill you. People will love you to the point to where they'll possess you. You can love something to the point to where it possesses you, right? Like, this is what they usher this energy in. When Will slapped Chris, Will Smith is a Libra with a Scorpio moon. All right. Virgo is Jada Pinkett, and they both have Chiron and Aries. All right. And the energy of Aries had just went square the day before, or right within that week, to where when he slapped Chris. It was possessive. You get what I'm saying? So it shows this aspect of the warrior. Aries is the warrior, the planet of war. Venus is the planet of love. Where there is no love, there is war, bro. Aries and Libra. No justice, no peace. See, Aries and Libra. What's going on in the world right now, bro? You see what I'm saying? Like, just think about what's going on. No justice, no peace. Where there is no love, there is war. This is Aries and Libra. This is what we're dealing with on a cosmic level, bro. Because whatever's devoid of love is going to have conflict, period. And whenever you deal with anything on the surface, it's always going to be chaos. Yeah, this is the parasympathetic nerve, bro. This is the vagus nerve. Where is your yin and your yang in your body? See, I was going to give some of this in the paid course, but my brother got me going off yin and your yang is your vagus nerve. It is the place to where you can have a lot of yang and no yin. You see what I'm saying? So when you bring calmness in the midst of chaos, what you got to do?
Breathe.
See, you begin to calm the whole system down by just taking a breath. That's the yin and the yang. This is how we begin to, this is why all practices of all yogic sciences of any type of Buddhism, whatever, chanting, humming, chanting calms the system. All these different things become so dynamic to how we regulate the nervous system. The vagus nerve is where you hack the nervous system, bro. And the energy of Aries and Libra can be very influential into stopping somebody mentally from doing so. If you're too hot-headed, can't nobody talk to you, Aries. All right. If your ass is too much love and to the point to where you don't cry, just love, you know, like, hey, you ever try to talk some sense into somebody and they just in love and ain't nothing, you like, you know, ain't they in love? You like, when somebody ain't nothing, you tell you, hey. This is why in the movies, the hero, the protagonist, and the antagonist, he always gets, and then the hero tell him what at the end, bro. The villain been fighting for everything. He fighting for himself, right? This is what we all go through. We fight for ourselves. Fight for myself. I'm mad. I'm angry. Somebody took something from me. Got me fucked up. The villain, right? That part of us that just don't give a fuck. The hero is like, no, this ain't just about you. Somebody else matters. And then the hero always get caught up by the villain every time. And the villain be like, you weak. You care too much. Every time. I know how to get you, right? That's how they always get them, right? And then at the end, the hero start thinking, and he finally tell the villain, what you made me think was my weakness was my strength. It is because of the people that I love that I fight. It is because of the people that I love that I will step up and do these things. And I even equate it to something simple, bro. If when you deal with the matters of the heart, if somebody was to say the world is ending right now, right? Let's just say we all split up and you ain't near nobody you love. You way somewhere and they tell you, hey, you got 24 hours to get to somebody you love because the whole world finna end for everybody. All these people that say that they don't love nobody and they good by themselves and shit, give them 24 hours to live and ask them would they rather die alone or would they rather go spend it with somebody that they love. And man, a motherfucker will cross deserts, will cross all kinds. I want to spend my last moments with them. So there is a power in love. And there's also an aspect of self-sacrifice in love. Somebody tell you, you got to cross a bunch of minefields. You're going to do a bunch of shit. Is that a chance you willing to take? We see it in movies all the time. You know what I'm saying? And the one who ain't willing to take that chance, they'll say he the villain or he cold-hearted. Right? So this is how we can romanticize. All this is Libra and Aries type energy, bro. The damsel in distress that's waiting on a hero to come save her, right? The power struggles in relationships, right? How women are tired of being masculine. You see what I'm saying? Like all this is Aries in imbalance. When there's an imbalance there, the scales have been tipped. And if the scales have been tipped because there's an overexpression of the self, Aries, that means the balance within the self is going to be so corrupted to where whatever sense of self that you think you have, because your libraries, your memories, what you equate to what you think is you, has become so corrupted by what you think and what you feel and what you like and what you don't like. You, that is not the mind, that is not the body, is suffering. Thank you for that, Rob.
Okay. I have
Thank
a
you for
question,
that,
Sensei.
God brother.
Okay, Sensei, I have a question because I've been spending the past month like really trying to examine love and examine astrology, right?
Mhm.
And I feel like with everything I've learned about the complexities and inner workings of human beings, I kind of felt like if I had learned anything on this level about astrology 20 years ago, I would have never I would have never said, okay, Micah, get married. I would have never been asking for a relationship. Like none of that. I feel like it's too crazy and there's too many variables. So even now, after 20 years, I feel like of trying to do this, stable family thing or whatnot, and it's simply not working out. I don't know, somewhere in my mind, I've kind of felt like, okay, well, Micah, maybe the best thing for you to do is to figure out how to, I don't know, close that heart chakra up because you're getting destroyed from the inside out. Like it is a mess. You keep trying to do the same thing and it's just like not working out. And I kind of feel like, okay, I'm trying to approach relationships from a place of need. I'm not getting my needs met, and it's destructive. It's very destructive. So I guess my question is, I'm wondering, like, do I have the right perspective and do I have the right attitude of like, I probably just need to shut this shit down because it's not like it's too wild and it's too crazy and I just don't want to keep going through stuff. I just want to be whole in myself.
I understand you, beloved. Man,
Okay.
you be asking some deep questions. I love them, like for real, because
Uh,
they're
Okay.
so genuine and they're so curious, right? But this is a seeking. These are questions from a seeker. Because basically what you just asked me was how can I go deeper, right? Within stop operating on the surface of these relationships. Basically, how can I stop operating on the surface of the relationship that I have with myself? And you are there, you doing it. The fact that you were able to say that I am operating from a place of my own voice. Now, I like to tell people, does that mean that you can be robbed of being in a relationship? No. It's two ways you can look at this. Duality. I love to speak in duality. I like to keep it simple, as you can tell, right? Well, let's just say at this point in your life, you basically being honest and saying, I don't have the capacity right now to bring somebody else in. I'm focused on being more whole and more aware of what I attract, why I like what I like. Now you understand that this can be found in my birth chart. Now you understand that I can see the connection in the relations based off the things that I'm learning about my birth chart and about my birthday and a certain other things that I'm learning through tools of divination that help me understand me better. That means that I'm recognizing I'm not tripping. Some of the shit that I do, it came natural with some of the experience that I done had based off my environment, my upbringing, whatever. This is how beautiful the realization of this, how this can do. Now, what am I gonna do with all this information? That's basically what the core you were just asking me, right? How can
Right.
I utilize this? Well, I'm gonna tell you two ways you can do it. You can say, okay, based off of the cycle that I'm in and where I'm at in my life, because I don't know, did you get a reading from me before? But this is like you reading yourself. So you basically just so you can
Yeah,
ask
I got a
yourself
reading from you a year ago.
a year ago. I knew it, right?
Yes.
Now watch this. Based off the cycle that you're in right now, and based on where you are within this relationship that you're learning, right, about yourself. Because this is Aries shit. This is what we've been going through. I need to learn myself. That way I can know how and what I'm showing up as in relationships, right? Now I know what I don't want. I know what I don't want in a relationship. I've been through enough. Now I recognize how I've allowed side of myself as I'm learning to be that for me, the journey to wholeness. I'm finna become all the love I've been seeking. That's the mission I'm on, Sensei. Big, let's go. You got this, right? Now, let's say I want to bring somebody into this, right? Well, how can I do this if I want to bring somebody into this? Well, I'm going to have to change my perspective on what relationships and intimacy means. That means I can no longer be the victim. That means that if I'm showing up as love and I'm showing up whole, or I'm showing up and I'm saying I'm healing, that means I have to deal with somebody who's in the place to be self-aware or willing to be as self-aware as I am. Is that something I can deal with? Yeah, more than likely I can. If this person is willing to deal with, say, this is their shit, I know my shit, and we both can come together and say we both got some shit that we got to deal with. Now we can work together. See, because two people coming together unaware of themselves, or you coming in with this high level of self-awareness and the other person ain't got it, it's an accident waiting to happen. It's just the way the shit goes. If you turn into what you say, go ahead.
I said you ain't lying. You're not lying.
So it's an accident. We can lie to ourselves and dress it up and tell them to come to the retreat with me and get a reading with me and do all that type of shit. And he like, shit, I just did the shit because you wanted me to do it. Like, well, God damn, it was never for him. When a man, when his heart ain't in it, that means his dick is in it. And I'm just telling you, just be real with you, okay? When his heart ain't in it, that means his head and his dick is in it. I'm just be real with you. I mean, he's doing it because he don't want to lose the thought of you. So when you gain a man that is aware and saying that I got my own stuff to deal with, because I know you dealing with your own stuff, and I'm gonna support you, I'm gonna root for you as you healing. I ain't worried about whatever time you ain't got for me, whatever. I ain't caught up because I'm not in competition in your life. I want to add to your life. You will know what that looks and feels like. So it doesn't mean that you have to say no. It just means that you have to learn to trust yourself always and always. If it ain't right, it just ain't right. I ain't got to wait 2 weeks, 2 months, to nothing. I set boundaries. I said certain things about where I'm at. And if you really quite is not setting boundaries. If you're honest and you're authentic and you let a man know, right now I'm healing, I'm going through some stuff, whatever, I'm finding myself. I really ain't got time for a relationship, but I can entertain something if it's worth it. And he go to talking about what you mean healing upside. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to be able to listen and discern. Cause if he's saying I can respect that, then whenever you got time for me, let me know. What this nigga might got potential. See, but if he start telling me stuff like what that mean for me and what you mean you healing, and you don't even understand. I ain't got time.
It's frozen. No.
I know it.
Girl, whoever that
Hold on,
was, watch
Sensei.
frozen. Whoever that was spoke their piece. Girl, you did that. If you could have seen me in my living room over here screaming and clapping, thank you.
You
Love,
like that, D?
thank you. I almost didn't chime into this class tonight, but some said just do it. Thank you,
I'm
baby.
glad
You
you
set me
showed
free.
up.
If you did one good thing for the day, you did it for me. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you.
Look,
Sensei,
it's so
we
dynamic.
missed you because you froze for like a minute.
Which part
Yeah,
I froze on?
that.
Which part I froze on?
You were talking about
if his head ain't in and his heart ain't in, it's only his head and his dick. Start from
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean,
learn to
I
trust
feel like
myself.
you're talking to me, Sensei.
What's so crazy?
Look, I got my foot up on the couch because he's stepping on my toes.
He spoke to me too. Shit. Wow. So it's a lot of us going through the same
man,
shit.
if y'all want to leave the room, this is the time to leave now. This is
Ain't nobody
reality.
leaving. This is the
Universe
sensei.
meeting.
The sensei preaching. He ain't no man leaving. Not no real
Look,
men.
This is not a come to Jesus meeting. This is a come to the universe meeting, and I'm here for it. Let's go.
Listen. The other book was already written, How to Think Like a Man. That wasn't real. This is the real right here. This is what every man is.
Never heard of it. I have
good thing.
I mean, it wasn't an interest to read.
No, you know, I've been relationship driven my whole life, y'all. I done been in long-term relationships. So I know what it's like, to not know myself, to lose. And the way I honor women now, you know what I'm saying? Why I was saying about when you're in a relationship and when a woman is starting to grow into her spiritual awareness, it's going to be hard to maintain a healthy relationship without that man starting to feel challenged. Like, because if he don't take that challenge as the place to say, you know what, I need to tap in. I need to be more in tune with me and my body and my needs and what I want. It's always going to be a craving. Like straight up. This is why the Aries is the masculine. This is why in the story of Osan or Set, Osar had to get cut up into 14 pieces. Or Set told him it was evil forces out there. Or Set told him my brother ain't gonna like this. They ain't even get to have sex before the marriage. I'm just telling you the mythology of the story. All right. This is showing the moon's relationship with the aspect of rebirthing the masculine principle and how there is no life on this planet without a woman and her menstrual cycles and the cycles of the moon. This is why I tell people that the body is the subconscious mind. When you deal with the mitochondrial DNA, when you deal with the feminine principle, when you deal with an altar at church, like you got to come to the altar, man. This is why women will change men. Women are our first teachers. You ain't the first person that you ever learn from sounds and vibrations and feelings and whatever.
It was mama.
Men have lost that. Men don't have that. We so caught up in the logical aspect of what we think to the fact that where now we condemn women for feeling. And now this society has bastardized feelings so much to where it becomes illogical to where women don't trust their feelings. They're relying more on their logic. So now women got to make sense out of what they feel. When what you feel is innate, it needs no logic. It's like I felt what the fuck I felt. I said what the fuck I said. But when the woman is lacking that foundation, being able to say, you know what, I'm not going to overspeak. I'm going to let it grow because, nigga, I know what I'm feeling is going to be shown to me. I know it will be revealed to me. There is no true trust in the intuition. This is only because it goes back to an imbalance, goddamn it, on how when you were a little girl, somebody defined the fact that you need to be a little girl. You need a dog. You can't go climb trees. You can't express yourself in a certain way. This goes, I'm telling you, it's how the matters of the heart. We all been taught as a gender role that we have to be, think, and feel a certain way. This is why men are hurting. And then when you equate this to the fact that most men ain't been breastfed, this is how deep it go, y'all. Because that's the information that comes from the pineal and the pituitary and also the hippocampus. That's the Trinity. See, I was going to give some of this in the paid course. The pituitary and the hippocampus is your Trinity. The breast milk, y'all can look up what I'm saying. This is science. You're not going to tell it to you the way I'm telling it to you. You're going to have to piece it together like I did. I pieced this shit together. I put this shit together. You understand? But it's there. But when you understand how the information is secreted from the brain that comes down through the breast, and this is the breast milk. This is the land of milk and honey right here. The woman carries this. She's the XS that birthed the XY. So if a man loses his ability to feel, he's not going to be spiritually ascending no goddamn work. It ain't going to happen. It just ain't going to happen. It's going to be a constant battle with the logic. It's going to be a constant battle with the flesh because he ain't at home now the way a woman is. He don't know his own cycles. He don't trust when his body's saying don't eat. I ain't ate today, baby. I need a steak. Nigga, your body might saying you good. Now you got to deal with this shit because he done ate all these foods, done held in all this stress because he don't know how to deal with his emotions. And now he done dumped all this shit on you because every time he has sex with you, it's an exchange of memory. And you wonder why you stressed the fuck out. You wonder why you keep going through shit. You wonder why your adventures and your creativity is suffering. I don't care how much money he got.
Oh, man.
Spiritual at this point. I'm talking about he could be paying all the bills, but you gonna feel like you're suffering. There's an sexual exchange that's making you feel like something is not thriving. Men can go through this too with women who are spiritually deprived. And you constantly pumping your seed of light into a realm of darkness and it's barren ground. Ain't nothing growing. You give her your light, all she do is give you fussing and suffering and what she don't like. This shit work both ways. You can literally be pouring your sperm and your light into something that is not multiplying a goddamn thing, but negativity in your life. And women could be receiving light and energy and information from a man's sperm that is pouring nothing but frustration and stress and you mind and possession and all of that into you. I'm fucking you to make you love me, not to make love to you. See? Now you wonder why
somebody ring the bell
conflict in
because
the
he
home.
going off. Where is the bell?
But now you wonder why there's conflict in the home, because where there's no love, there's going to be war. Libra and Aries. It ain't gonna be long before you realize this ain't never been no loving situation. I've been manipulated. I've been under control. Why? Off of sexual energy that you thought was love. All we do is fucking fight. Love me or go buy me something. I'm just telling y'all how deep this shit go, man. So this is how words can create worlds. This is how dynamic when we deal with the matters of the heart, and when your heart is no longer saying, I don't trust what's here. I don't trust what I feel. I'm laying next to, I really want, see, this is when Pluto, I was gonna get into this into the class. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more. This is when Pluto comes into play and says, everything that you've been tired of, I'm finna eradicate that shit. You don't want the planets making decisions for you. You do not want outer planets. Pluto, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, you don't want them making decisions for you. You damn sure don't want Mars making decisions for you. That's an inner planet. Mars rules war. A lot of people, Mars is making decisions for them now. A lot of people that walked away from relationships because y'all were better business partners Saturn than you were husband and wife or boyfriend, girlfriend. Now you don't allow somebody you can really use and can really help you out in your life, but all you did was want what you want and desire what you desire from the person or from the thing, and you never really valued it for what it was until it's gone. Because you didn't use it to its highest potential. This is Saturn retrograde shit I'm speaking to. And it could be dang good outside the bedroom. I done been in some. So I'm speaking from experience. Shit ain't good. And in some relationships, ain't shit in the bedroom. Ain't nothing popping here. We just going through the motions, and in the bedroom, I'm just there. I'm just saying, man, this shit can go so many ways. These are the scales of imbalance. Now, it goes back to what Mika asked. What have you learned about yourself through these relationships, through these experiences? I don't know. I ain't been laying next to the people you've been laying next to. This is why it goes to an individual experience. I don't know how you've been holding on to certain conversations and certain things in your heart and in your mind that you ain't told nobody. Who knows that? You and the good Lord type shit, right? You know, God know my heart. Okay. Do you know your heart though? Do you know your heart? Have you got your heart right with you? Everybody get your heart right with God, get it right with G. Yeah, but you got your heart right with you though. I'm just saying, you know, because I done seen people when they die. I know when death comes if your heart right with you or not. I seen it. I seen it. I watched it. I know when death come knocking, all that thinking I'm right. And yeah. When come now, it ain't no, you can't project onto death. You can't deflect your shit onto death. It ain't gonna happen that way. By that time, it's too late. Ain't no more projections. Ain't no more deflections. You got 40 seconds of your life flashing before your eyes. The consciousness that you maintain in this reality is the same consciousness that you leave with. This is the heart. That's why the Comedians use the heart so much. Consciousness is not of the mind. See, the mind is a consequence of the physical boundaries that you have as being a human being. What resonates with this reality on the highest plane is the heart. If the brain is not a slave to the heart, that means that you become a slave to an outside reality. And it goes back to a lot of what Mika was saying earlier. Because now if I'm just an accumulation of what somebody told me to be, I'm supposed to get married, I'm supposed to have a family, as a man, I'm supposed to do this, as a woman, I'm supposed to do this is what success means, this is who I am. You start aspiring to be a whole bunch of shit you ain't. Oh, and this reality will feed you more projections and images of that shit, and we call it programming. So some people don't know how deep the programming is because you don't know when it started. You don't know when outside shit to where you lost you. And this shit can perpetuate. I've done readings for people 82 years old. I want y'all to understand how deep this is. I've done readings for people 77. You would think that somebody at that age ain't got no questions about life. That's what I thought. You think somebody up in that age, no, people still seeking something. You can live 100 years and not be fulfilled around this motherfucker. That's an internal thing. So when I speak to the heart, I'm speaking to that part of you. So if you're experiencing this type of energy in relationships, you got to ask yourself, why the fuck am I doing this to myself? I ain't got long to live. You want to be an old ass man, an old ass woman with a bunch of regrets? I know goddamn well I don't. Still talking about how I don't like this and like that. Nah, hell no. That's why I'm saying empty your heart now. Empty your heart now. I mean, do not wait for death to do it for you. But this is why, sadly, right, and consequently, I would say, not even sadly, but consequently, some people have to go through near-death experiences. Certain things have to die, even if it's not a physical death, even if it's not a literal death. Something mentally has to die, emotions, relationships, some attachment. Because you got lost in something. So I'm telling you, the universe resonates with your heart, not your mind. That's what the universe follows. It's why these planets can resonate so deeply, because they resonate with the matters of your heart, not the matters of your mind. That's why the heart is the first thing that's formed in the body. It resonates with that, the heart. Are you dancing to the beat of your own drum? It's so many different. That's why the Comedics and the Masons march with the left foot forward. You lead with the heart. You trample over all evil with the heart. But most of us don't do what we love. That's why the scriptures say you have to be the embodiment of love. Be the love, become the love. You are love, the love of Christ, the love of Jesus, the love of whatever. They want you to have the love of something else. I'm saying the love of life that you are. Fall in love with the life that you are. That is falling in love with Christ. That is falling in love with God. That is falling in love with any deity that you can name. Yamaya, Oya, Oshun, Asar, Asid, Isis, you name any deity, they are all diverations of life. They come from one divine principle. So before you split yourself into divine masculine, divine feminine, masculine, feminine, this left and right brain activity, before somebody else gaslighted you into being so beautiful souls, do me a favor. Don't fall off the vine because you're tired. Fall off because you're ripe. All right? So anybody else got any questions?
You answered all of mine. Oh, I'm good. I appreciate it. Peace and love and light, baby. You hear me? Can't nobody say nothing.
Just speechless, man. Real talk. Oh my God.
I'm just over here trying to breathe.
Nah,
you spoke that. You almost sound like a preacher too, Sensei. But a divine one, and I love it.
And he ain't asking for no building fund, and we ain't got to give. Well, he asked for a love offering, but we don't have to do no building fund. We ain't got to cook. So yes,
Okay.
Exactly. No cooking. We ain't got to usher.
And I am an ordained minister, so hey, that's what it is. But now, It's beautiful because I
I
did
mean,
want.
Sunday service with you is it's all right with
Yeah,
me.
it's gonna be a little different now. It's gonna be a little different. You come to the altar. You understand?
Yeah.
Fact.
I appreciate that. And
So say, I wanted to pass the offering bucket a couple times. I was like, oh, he in it.
But he is like the Church of God in Christ. He will keep you in here all night.
yes, yes, yes. That's why I said let me go. We got 2 good hours in, and don't forget if y'all do want to join the paid class, I'm going a whole lot deeper, right?
I will
Sunday.
be there.
I'm going a whole lot deeper Sunday. All right. Somebody said, when do I do reading? Oh, my readings you schedule them one-on-one. So you can just hit me up. All right. And for somebody, if people don't have my number, I'll put it in the chat right quick. I put my cash up in there as anybody's feeling generous. I'm gonna pass the collection plate a little bit. Okay. Now, anybody feeling generous, go ahead and hit me up, hit my cash app up. But now this class Sunday is gonna be dynamic. I'll be speaking more into the depths of the eclipse. I'll be going more into the astrological aspects. I'll be going more into the houses, the placements. I'll be also diving deeper into the vagus nerve, common sense. I'll be talking about how you can find those things in your actual birth chart. All right, so Sunday I'll be doing this and a lot more with it. All right, but the beautiful part, some of the stuff I said today is only gonna be for today. I ain't gonna even say some of this stuff, especially with Rob asking me the question. So gratitude, earn sharp as earn, my brother, and gratitude for all you beautiful souls. Oh yeah, and then even with the planetary alignments for that day, that whole PDF is totally different. So that PDF that y'all got today and the one that will be Sunday is gonna be two totally different experiences. I ain't trying to do the same thing twice. All right, but I want to drop this on a Wednesday, the day of communication, okay, to help you out get an understanding of where we are with within these energies and where you are within these energies. A lot of people speak to a collective, but I like to help people understand where you are, how you dealing with this on an individual level. All right. So
Was the PDF sent via, oh, I'm sorry. Was the PDF sent via email?
yes, it was. If
Okay.
you registered after 7 p.m., then what was your email?
Loveofferjc@gmail.
Love all for JC. Okay, we'll get you the PDF then. Check
Okay.
your
I'll
email.
check.
It might
I
already be.
just haven't checked yet. I'll check.
Check and see. Make sure you got it. I want everybody to make sure they got the PDF. So don't hesitate if you don't have it. Don't trip. I want to make sure you get it. Okay. And remember, this recording will be on my YouTube. All right. So anybody got any questions? But y'all gonna get it sent to y'all too. So if y'all want to share it with other people, just tell them to go to my YouTube. But everybody
I
here will
got
get
it.
the recording. You got it, big. Appreciate it. Good. All right. So everybody good? Anybody got any more questions or anything y'all want to share? Okay. All right, beautiful souls. Well, like I said,
I want to say thank you, Sensei.
Sonny, hey, Sonny.
Hey, man.
Hey.
My daughter want to say hey so bad. Say hey, Bob.
Hey.
Hey. What's up?
What's up?
How you doing?
Good.
Good. Did
Yeah.
you enjoy tonight? You was listening tonight?
Yeah.
I didn't talk too crazy, did I?
No.
Oh, okay, good. But if I got approval from you, thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
Okay. What did you learn?
I learned something.
Hey, look, that's all that matters. That was pure. It wasn't no logic in that. I learned something. You know what? That's good enough for me. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. You want to tell everybody your name? You just came on here, don't nobody know your name.
I'm Romero Dennis.
Huh?
Romero Dennis.
Okay. All right. How old are you? You want to tell us how old you are?
If you want to.
I'm good.
He
I
said,
say you want to tell us how old you are?
4.
4? What? Big 4.
I know I'm growing up.
Enjoy the rest of your night and thank you. All right.
Okay.
okay, now, um, Sensei, the way you broke this class down tonight was very special to me. It was very special to me. So I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you. Everybody who asked questions.
Mom.
I just appreciate you, Mama. Wait a minute. Okay. And I just wanted to let you know that I'm grateful.
I really
I got
very much.
goosebumps.
You got me too.
Wow.
Me 3.
Wow. You got goosebumps. Crazy from the baby. Gratitude. Gratitude. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
We appreciate you.
Goosebumps.
Thank you, Sonny.
Sensei, I just want to say you one thing. Thank you. Well, thank you. And you did come here stumping. You came down like a giant. I don't know what kind of mission you was on, but I must say you did accomplish it. And I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you. All right, beautiful souls. If y'all good, I'm gonna let y'all go. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Endless gratitude as always. I think somebody was
Yeah.
asking you in the chat when you do readings. I didn't
Oh
want you to
yeah, I
bypass
told her to
that.
hit me up. Make sure you text me on Instagram. My phone number's in there. Go ahead and get it out the chat and send me a text, and I schedule the readings at your convenience. All right. So it's all about your schedule and when you're ready. And if my schedule is open, we get you in there. All right. So anybody that does want a reading or a consultation, make sure y'all hit me up. All right. And if you do, I like to make sure, because I like to make my stuff, I want y'all to really get this information. So if you need some help or you don't have the full $88, all right, for the course Sunday, just inbox me or reach out to me and we'll make something happen. All right, beautiful souls. So I appreciate you all. Y'all enjoy the rest of your night. Gratitude for your time and your energy. And like I said, if y'all want to share it with somebody, the video will be on my YouTube. And for the people who did listen on YouTube, make sure you share it, like, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. So high vibration to you all, beautiful souls. Peace and love. Namaste. From my heart to yours.